Hi, it's Jeff Lunde, Mayor of Brooklyn Park, with another episode of Brooklyn Park Now. We're here today to see a super awesome site. Hi, it's Jeff Lunde, Mayor of Brooklyn Park. Welcome to another edition of Brooklyn Park Now. We're at the Summer Adventures program, which is hosted by St. David's Center for Child and Family Development. They're providing unique services to residents of our city, so let's go check it out. So I'm joined by Sarah, who is, what is your role here?
I'm the Therapeutic Recreation Supervisor at St. David's Center.
And so how long have you been involved with this kind of activity? It's very worthwhile, I've seen it,
Yeah.
and lots of energy and lots of, I think, activity going on.
Right, very busy. I've been with St. David's for 10 years now, so, and the program has been around since 1999. One of the best parts of the job is getting to know the kids and help them with their goals, see them make friends and achieve things, try new things that they've never done before. So that's the best part of the program.
Yeah.
So,
and so,
yeah.
how, like, you know, there's obviously the need far exceeds what you guys and what's out there for people. So if parents have, you know, children who are in need of these kind of services, how do they kind of get engaged and maybe check out St. David and pick out these things?
Yeah, we really try and get the word out to teachers, parents, social workers in Hennepin County and other surrounding counties, and we do marketing efforts in like local fairs or community events, just to try and get the word out. Word of mouth is pretty strong with families that have friends in the community and know about our services. So, yeah.
Well, I think one of the things we see in Brooklyn Park is the idea that everybody has family or friends who may be in need of this. We've got, you know, teen homeless shelter. We've got a mental health hospital for children, and we've seen now that I think our community's seen that kids are here.
Yeah,
and so we need to try to take care of them. So
Yeah.
over 10 years, have you seen anything like change, or is it people becoming more aware, more accepting?
People are becoming more aware of the program, I would say, and our program has grown tremendously in the last 10 years that I've been through it. This is one of our summer sites. We have 3 locations in the summer, one in Brooklyn Park, one in South Minneapolis, and one in St. Louis Park. Okay. And so they're all about the same size, and the interest is growing all the time. These kids need things to do in the summer, you know, can't stay home alone or when they are out of school, so they come and do these activities with us and meet peers and work on these social relationships that they need help.
And so are the parents or the caregivers a part of the process? Because, you know, you have them for a while and they go home, and so are they kind of engaged with that so they can learn as well how to kind of reinforce what you're
Yeah, good question. We work pretty closely with families from the intake and getting all the information we need about their loved ones and finding out their preferences, their likes, dislikes, any behaviors that we need to be aware of, and how to best work with them.
Okay.
And then parents are very involved throughout the process. We really partner with families to provide the best services that we can.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
Oh, hi. Tim, the recycling manager here. You know, one of the nice things about Pokemon Go is it gets me out of the house and into the environment. But these so-called augmented reality apps can do more than just help me catch them all. They can also help communicate recycling information.
Hey, recycling starts here. Download the app.
The Canadian Beverage Container Recycling Association launched a recycling contest app. If you visit recycling containers in various public places in Manitoba, you can win prizes. Now, Brooklyn Park doesn't have thousands of dollars to develop an app, but we did launch a new online email system. Go to the city's website and click on that red envelope to sign up for updates on recycling and other topics. But it doesn't stop there. We need feedback from you about what information you want. Do you want reminders of when to put your cart out for Recycling Week? Want to know what happens to your recycling after it leaves the curb? How about how to order a bigger cart? Shoot me an email, send a PM to the city on Facebook, or message us on Twitter. Well, until next time, recycle them all, my friends.
So now we're joined with Sam. Sam, tell us what you do here, your title, all interested. I mean, behind us we see that there's some kids going through obstacle course. Maybe you could tell us all kinds of part.
Yeah, well, I'm the Therapeutic Recreation coordinator here at our Brooklyn Park summer site. We have Superhero Day today.
Yes, I saw
so
that.
So we just went through an obstacle course. Now, when you think of an obstacle course, you kind of just think you're just going through it. But with that, I mean, we're working on social interaction, making friends. I don't know if you guys could notice, but all of they were all cheering each other on. And obviously the physical part. I mean, jumping,
activities.
We went on the swing, so there's some
I think,
gross motor skills.
You think about people think about what it was 100 years ago. People, kids with some of these disabilities were kind of hidden away. People, didn't want to, and so this is part of, they should be enjoying just like any other kid.
Yes, definitely, and we're working on skills to promote that community integration. We want to be productive members of society. So learning these social interaction and peer interaction skills are a big part of that. So a lot of our kids are diagnosed with autism, but that's not the only diagnosis that our kiddos have. We have some kids who have Down syndrome, some kids with very rare diagnoses that you've probably never heard of.
And so it makes it a little tougher, like when you have you're trying to match up different challenges. And so
they're working on different skills.
And so trying to get them to work together. And I know the goal of the program is to help people develop socially, emotionally, because some of these kids are going to move into group homes, they're going to get a job, they're going to work, and so I think this is what you're trying to help, is where can we find things to do?
We're promoting independence in any way that we see that there's a need for that.
And so as kids are doing like this activity, they're doing obstacle course, is there like assessments you guys are kind of watching, seeing maybe one child's having, or not kids, some of these people are young adults, maybe having extra trouble with certain things? Does that help you guys kind of figure out how to help them differently, or?
Yeah, I mean, we're not physical therapists, so we're not necessarily focused just on the physical part of it, but we try to do anything that we can to help them grow in that area. So you saw that we went through this laser beam. So we're working on really the coordination of movement with that. And just doing it in a fun way.
No, it looks like it. And so, and these kids are here, they're in the summer, so you get them outside, you get them moving, then you have inside activities, which you did a couple things like get the Superman capes ready. So is there anything else that people might want to know about these activities? They're kind of curious. Maybe they have relatives who have kids, or maybe they have kids that have some of these challenges and they're kind of wondering, what does this help them with?
Well, we go out in the community 4 days a week. So with that, we're working on appropriate skills out in the community, whether that be money management. If a child or adult brings money for a treat, we're helping them spend that money, but letting them be independent in doing that. How to act appropriately in the community. When you go to a movie, you need to be quiet.
No cell phones.
And just following directions. A lot of our kids need those simple 2 to 3 step directions, but we can help them to maybe they start at the summer of needing a 2-step direction to maybe they can go up to like a 4-step direction at the end of summer.
So you can kind of see this as some of these people here, you can kind of see that growth over time,
it's
or
so
maybe
great
someone
to
starts
see
out
the
with one
growth.
step and then you can kind of see them kind of improve, and you can see that they might have something of a future to get out there and do things.
Yeah, definitely. We have different goals for each of our participants. Our participants are ages 11 to up to, our oldest is 26, but we don't have a cutoff. And you can see that growth, which is so neat to see. And in a fun way.
So do you work with, I know we've talked a lot about working with parents, families, caregivers, so that when they leave here, you're able to give them kind of feedback on things that they can work on? Because I think, no parent is an expert. They become an expert through observation and help. And so is that what you guys try to do, is here's some things to work on at home, or weekends and things like that?
Try to communicate with families and caregivers as much as we possibly can. And with schools, if there's something that maybe we see that was working for their students, then we'll pass that information on to them, or vice versa. If they know their student that something works better for them, then they'll tell us, so that we can all have a great time here.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So at St. David's Center, I'm the director of Therapeutic Recreation, which the Adventure program is part of, and I'm also the director of Residential Services. So we have a couple group homes up north in Anoka, and we also have 12 supported living sites throughout the metro area, as far from Ham Lake to Bloomington, basically.
So is that you work with the group homes to bring people here, or is it transitioning people out?
It's transitioning. So like what a lot of people don't know about St. David's Center, they think preschool, they think early childhood education, which we do really well and we have a great center for. But we also have a great programming that really spreads the continuum of one's life. So you can come to our early childhood education center, and then you can come to our preschool, and then you can come to Adventure here with these people, and then when it's time for you to move on out of your parents' house, you can come into our SOS program or our group home program or our wavered program, and you can have staff that work for you there, and you can continue to watch you grow and be the person you are.
And so at a certain point, is it a decision that maybe them and their parents, or is it something you guys it's a group effort to say, I think they're ready to maybe take the next step? And
a little from column A and a little from column B. I mean, there are times, there's kind of naturally really good times for people to go through that, usually between the ages of say 21 and 25 with this population. But a lot of the times people just come find us too and think, we think it's time for us, and we think that he'd grow more in a setting where he's not this, or I'd rather just go back to being a mom, and dad. So
yep, absolutely. And so is there more people needing resources, or is
yeah. There's a wait list in every program throughout the state. I mean, if I could just build group homes, I could fill them, all the time. It's crazy.
Well, tell us a little bit, because in our city we have a number of group homes, and people, I think you loosen that connectivity. So people are always curious what goes on in that group home, and it becomes kind of like an island, because a neighborhood, they'll be like, I don't know what goes on in there. I see people coming and going. So maybe tell us about what happens in a group home, because I think neighbors would always be curious what happens.
Yeah, you're looking at basically a unit that operates a lot like a family in a lot of ways. It depends on the site, but we've got sites where their guys are all the same age. They helped select the person that they live with. Mm-hmm. They have inside jokes. They basically get up in the morning and they go to work. Some of them have hourly wage jobs that actually make a lot of money, and some of them go to a day program where maybe they do piece rate work. They come home after work and they do, kind of like what you and I do. They get home, they want to unwind, they want to go to their room and, settle down, or they want to hang out with their friends. They do a ton of activities. We do a lot of Special Olympics. We do a lot of dances. We do a lot of going out to eat. Tons of fun. Pretty normal, age-appropriate activities.
So I think this is really some good information for residents. So if someone lives next to a group home, there's always kind of this invisible wall that people are like, do I go meet them and maybe see some things? How would you want, if you manage a group homes, you want the neighbors to know that, come on over?
Yeah, they're a neighbor like anybody else. Come over, bring them a pie, make them part of the community. That's what they really want, and that's the direction the state of Minnesota is really going in. We've got a really good central philosophy around where we're directing services these days, and we just want to be part of the community, I think.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the challenges we have, is people don't know what to do.
Yeah, and you got to break that stigma. That's the problem. You get, it's a group home, it's a big scary thing. What's going on there? Are these people a threat to me? Are they a threat to my children? And the answer is no. They just want to be part of the community like anybody else. And that really, just breaking that one barrier, just saying hi that one time, that really is what it takes to break that stigma and to promote full inclusion in the community, and that's what we need.
Is there anything that people should be aware of as they live around group homes? Like to be, because I might say that they hear stuff or they see stuff and they don't know, do they call police? Do they call this? They don't know how to react if it was just a family nearby. They might react differently.
If there is staff that are present with whatever's going on, then I really think neighbors shouldn't worry about it. Just be safe, use common sense.
Yep.
If you see something that looks really, really weird, it's always good to call somebody. The police are a great resource, and at least in the Twin Cities, they really know well how to interact with individuals with special needs.
Yep.
And
I know our police goes through specific training, and it helps them when they know they're coming to a group home. If they know the people who are the caregivers there, people maybe have expectations of what kind, because that mental health causes conflict, where people may not realize when they're getting an order from a police officer to not do something, that miscommunication can end up sometimes negative.
Sure.
So
Yeah, don't be afraid to say hi. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to invite them over to a block party or a picnic or something like that.
Absolutely.
They love that stuff.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you. So that's it for another edition of Brooklyn Park Now. I want to say thank you to the St. David Center for hosting us. So until next time, we'll see you then.